Okay, I'm back. Let's try this again. My voice, I don't know why it's all raspy and stuff. But anyway, so what was I saying? The world system versus the kingdom system. And so even in the kingdom system, I'm like, I'm supposed to be further along, you know. You can only run for so long. But I was talking about the jobs and how if I didn't like something, I would just move on to the next. And so I've been taking this professional development class, and me and my friend who I was telling you about, we stayed late and had a chance to speak one-on-one with our facilitator. And he was helping me to see something that I know, you know, but it's good when someone else can call you out on your stuff, you know, not necessarily in a negative way, but it's kind of like that constructive feedback. I didn't take it personally because, you know, I came to his class for a reason, right? Personal development, to be able to go to that next level, you know. And it's really not, I know I have to stop referring to age because, you know, maturity is not necessarily an age thing. And so he helped me to see, you know, that, you know, I have some patterns. I have a pattern of, you know, starting things. I'm an ideas person, you know, and that's why, like, even in your workplace, there may be people who have different characteristics and strengths, you know, that differ from yours, but you need people with other type of strengths in order to, like, for me, I'm the ideas person, but I need accountability to help actually implement those ideas and be able to, you know, stick to something. And so I've started so many things, businesses, jobs, you know, and even in my, and it even coincides with my dating life. If it's something I don't, you know, like, it's like, okay, on to the next, right? So anyway, so he's basically telling me, you know, it's you, you know, and we say that a lot, like, oh, it's something wrong with these men, or oh, it's something wrong with these jobs. You know, job is perfect, no relationship is perfect. And so it's like we have to really do a real self-assessment and figure out, you know, how to, as my dad would always say to me, you gotta get settled, you gotta get grounded, you gotta rest in something. Because the friends who I think about who have been able to make it in the world system, well, it's because they played the game, you know, in a different way. They may have stayed on their jobs longer, so yes, they are making more money, or yes, they have been in leadership, you know, for you know, been in leadership for a long time. And so the reality is that for me, this is now, you know, mid-life. I know maybe some of us don't want to accept it, but I think that it actually can be a beautiful thing. You know, it can be, you know, God is dealing with me on my calling. And, you know, just last night, you know, I just posted on Facebook that I spent just time home alone, just in worship, you know, and all of the songs and the scriptures, everything that's in my heart that I, you know, learned in childhood just started coming up, you know. And it wasn't going to God, you know, asking him for anything. It was just, you know, me worshiping and praising him and just thanking him, you know. And so then today, I, you know, venting to my friend, and I'm just like, my life is so embarrassing. You know, and I've done a few things, I've done some things, but you know, you want to be able to be on a larger scale. You want to be able to make a greater impact, right? To really walk into your calling and walk that thing out, you know. But, you know, sometimes we're still dealing with, you know, certain sins or habits that's keeping us from, you know, going to that next level, whatever that next level is for you. And so, you know, I told her, I'm like, I'm so behind, you know, in life, and, you know, looking at my finances, and I'm just like, it made me, you know, this is me in my head, like, well, I shouldn't be trying to help or influence people. I don't want nobody to be like me. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see my bank account. But the thing about it is, we got to just tap in, you know, to God's system. And it's kind of like,
in a quarter mile, use the left lane to merge onto I-44 East.
We got to tap into God's system, and we can't just tap in, tap out, tap in, tap out. He's not an ATM, you know, it's about relationship, you know, and it's about staying obedient to what we know that he's told us to do, right? And it can just be basically just following the word, you know, because in our weak moments, the word is what's going to keep us, right?
Continue on I-44.
The word has kept us. I know for me it has, right? Plenty of times I done had myself in some crazy situations, you know, and you can maybe even look back on your life. And so I was also saying on my Facebook page how on Sunday I went to a friend's dad's memorial service, and so his pastor, she shook us up, and you know, she talked about his life and how he lived full out for Christ. You know, it wasn't just about his words, but it was also his lifestyle. And so she gave us an on-time, awesome word for, you know, the days that we're living in right now. And it's like, even as, you know, the church is really confusing, because it's sometimes
use the right lane to take the I-44 East, State Highway 66 East.
Sometimes we, you know, looking a little bit too much like the world, and you know, a lot of us, you know, we grew up in church, right? And so there's no excuse.
In 800 feet, use the right lane to take the I-44
just gonna tell y'all
East,
my
State Highway
business
66 East exit toward Joplin. Use the right lane to take the I-44 East exit.
Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here.
For 1.5
I'm trying to make a point, and the point is, even if you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, you're right where you're supposed to be, right? And then as I'm leaving work, because I'm trying to get settled in, right? Because you know my dad said you gotta settle in, right? Especially at this age, because in 20 more years it'll be time for retirement. Not saying I'm gonna be at this job for 20 years. However, at this point I gotta keep working. And I heard something say, you know, assignment. Remember your assignment. You know, every job that God places you in, if you're in the kingdom system, every, you know, job that he places you in, not you place yourself in, excuse me, which that's really just like the jobs that you get, because you know we don't get every job that we apply for. And so the job that we do get, you know, we done prayed about it.
224 for US 75 toward Okmulgee.
We done prayed about it, you know, and so, and I don't know how many jobs you had to apply for, you know, and then sometimes he'll give us what we think we want so that we can find out that's not really what for us, right? So it's just a lot of lessons, you know, that we're continuing to learn.
In 600 feet,
on the
take
way.
exit 224 for US 75
I don't want to go this way. I'm not trying to hit no traffic.
Then use the left 2 lanes to take the ramp to US 75
y'all gonna
north.
have my route. I really don't want to go this way. To what? I ain't trying to be in no traffic. But anyway, we just got to stay with the kingdom system, and God is the one who promotes us, right? So you might be looking at your
use the
income,
left 2 lanes
like,
to
Lord,
take the ramp to US 75 north. Then use any lane.
I heard
to
this
turn
lady
right
say the other
US
day,
75 north ramp.
she said the math ain't mathing. No, that was my friend. He preached at his dad's memorial, and he said sometimes you
use any lane to turn slightly right onto the US 75
here I
north
am stealing people's sermons. He said he saw his dad have
continue for
more
6
month
miles.
than money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know your situation, but you know, you might be looking at yourself on the outside, or people looking at you on the outside. And so for me, I had to like not be mad at, I'm not mad at, whoa, God, I'm not mad at the world, because the world gonna do what the world is gonna do, you know. So I'm gonna have to get off of here. And I said the world, but I guess when I say the world, I mean the devil, the enemy, Satan. That's who I actually got mad at. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right, because I told my friend, I told her how I felt, and I said, but you know what? I don't know another way out. I don't know another way out except for trusting in God, right? Trusting in God. You know, and again, he want to be first place. He don't want to be last place. He doesn't want to be, you know, my last resort. But sometimes, I mean, it sounds crazy, but he's all you know. He's all you know when the money has run out. He's all you know when your heart is broken, or people ghosting, or just whatever, you know, or you know, things going on with family, friends, you know, whatever, your health, you know, he's still there. God is still there. Jesus is still there. Jesus is still our healer. God is still our provider, our Father, right? So that's all I really want to leave you all with. You know, just to think about, you know, what I said on Facebook is my life and my lifestyle showing proof that I have a relationship, you know, with Christ, and not just for show, right? You know, we got to be spending real time with him, especially in these days that we're living in, you know. And I'm not even, this isn't a video about the election. I'm not gonna talk about that, not today anyway. But just stay with God's system. That's all I can say, versus the world system, because the world, they might bless you temporarily, but it's always gonna come with some conditions. What is this traffic? All right, I'm sure I'm gonna have to edit this video. Y'all be blessed. Much love.